Hello everyone, and welcome to another Geometry Dash video. So, Bloodlust finally got verified by KNOBBELBOY after 120,000 attempts and 1.5 years. It's an absolute crazy achievement by KNOBBELBOY, and I was going to talk about the history behind the level, but C1997 beat me to it, so I'll be talking about the story behind the guy who beat Bloodlust, KNOBBELBOY. I'm also thinking of doing some more brief history videos, so leave a like for more brief history videos, and let's get started. I couldn't find exactly when KNOBBELBOY started playing Geometry Dash, but we do know that he made Dark Rainbow, which he considers to be his first good level back in December 2014 or in early 1.9. Even though this wasn't his first level, this is the oldest one on his account right now. This level is pretty lazy, the gameplay was terrible, but this was when Nob first established his Rainbow level style, with many more Rainbow style levels to come. And this is definitely not the last time we'll see Dark Rainbow. After this, he started building his skill as a player, uploading hard, harder, and insane rated levels. Only a month after he beat Dark Rainbow, he beat Clubstep, and a week later, he beat Theory of Everything 2. Of course, this would just be the beginning of his career. KNOBBELBOY kept on beating levels on his channel and posting levels he made, but didn't get rated. His uploads were pretty inconsistent, and it wasn't until March 2015 when he beat a pretty decently hard demon, Theory of Skrillex. At this time, he still didn't get any exposure, reaching only 150 subscribers. 3 months later, it looked like he started to take the game a bit more seriously, beating 9 Circles, Windy Landscape, and Breakthrough, all of these levels being big achievements at the time. He also made this level Crystal Field, continuing his Rainbow style, getting his first featured level, and this actually looks pretty impressive. Remember, this was made in late 1.9. And then Update 2.0 came. This was the update where KNOBBELBOY really started to get recognized both as a great creator and player. He started off 2.0 by remaking 9 Circles. It's not like we need any more of those, but it looked well made for an early 2.0 level, and he used a new move trigger, and it got featured. Afterwards, KNOBBELBOY beat Fairy Dust, Supersonic, Rebellion, and Theory of Zonon, all being super difficult. And then on February 2016, he made this level Dark Rainbow Rebirth. I told you Dark Rainbow would come back later on. This level was an absolute masterpiece. Gameplay-wise, this was 10 times harder than the original, and if you put the two levels side by side, you can see some resemblance. Some parts were just buffed, and he completely trashed other parts. Decoration-wise, it was Rainbow style. Of course, the design was way better than the original, and you can clearly tell he put way more work into it than the original. I think he executed the Rainbow style perfectly, making the level look non-threatening. Near the end, he also referenced his older levels: Knock Knock, Before Midnight, Never Ending, Rainbow Aura, The End of Time, Bullseye Hopeless, Crystal Field, and Crying Souls. This level is overall a work of art, and the video gained 252,000 views. This is the first of many videos that gained lots of popularity that made KNOBBELBOY way more known than his 1.9 self. It was then when he blew everyone's minds again for the second time when he released The Furious on May 2016. While not being as difficult as Dark Rainbow Rebirth, it was very well synced to the song. He used his Rainbow style again, but added these mechanical elements to the blocks and such. The end of the level has way more impressive backgrounds as well, followed by a demon face which he made a tutorial of that gained 207,000 views. This level was arguably better than Dark Rainbow Rebirth. After this, Nob started beating a bunch of extreme demons, the Hell Factory, both versions of Cataclysm, of a victory that caught the attention of many, Bloodbath, the hardest level at the time. Okay, slow down. Let's go back to April 2016 when Quasar previewed Bloodlust for the first time. What is Bloodlust, you might ask? It's a super buffed remake of Bloodbath, which was the hardest level at the time, with an even more difficult extension to it. It was heavily decorated by Manix648, Namtar, Terran, and many others, so we just had to wait for Quasar to beat Bloodlust, right? Wrong. On August 2016, Quasar dropped Bloodlust because he was super stressed with school and math homework and finger pains, so he quit. So the next logical verifier was KNOBBELBOY, who also beat Bloodbath, so on September 2016, nearly 3 minutes long, welcome back to hell. Prepare to die. Bloodlust. In other words, KNOBBELBOY announced that he will be verifying Bloodlust. It was really the Furious and Bloodlust that caused his channel to finally achieve a steady subscriber rate, accumulating about 2,000 subscribers every month. His first progress video was only 4 days after he announced that he would be verifying, and he already made it to 36%. He was feeling pretty confident about beating Bloodlust already. Progress 2 was 2 weeks after the first, and made it from 65 to 92, which was nearly passing the entire extension. Progress number 3 was almost a month later when he made it to 43%. This was also when Nob started to undergo other projects along with Bloodlust. He beat Athanatos by Xanity, which is a hacked extreme demon. It wasn't until over another month when KNOBBELBOY made it to 52 on Bloodlust, which was his 4th progress video. Also Kill Etzer. Again, KNOBBELBOY did some other non-Bloodlust stuff after this. He spent 10 hours making a part in Subterranean Animism, which Eric Van Wilderman verified. He made a Discord server, and he beat Artificial Ideology. After failing on Etzer's part for 2 months, Nob made it to 63% in his 5th progress video, and 2 weeks later in progress 6, he passed the bloodbath part and died on the extension. KNOBBELBOY was feeling confident that he would beat this soon. 3 weeks later, he made it past the entire extension. Not serious progress at the time, but it was the first footage of the entire extension on YouTube. And this was when KNOBBELBOY started progress on an extreme demon called God Eater. It was the second preview where everyone's minds were blown. Using a dramatic song called Crystal Corruption, God Eater is a super well decorated yet somehow organized level that looks like it was inspired by Terraria and the game God Eater. While not being as hard as Bloodlust, this level had art that was error-free. You can tell that KNOBBELBOY spent so much time making everything look perfect. This video gained so much hype from the community and everyone was freaking out. There were a lot of montages with God Eater that shouldn't have ever existed, but Nob's career as a creator was finally looking up again. Nob kept coming closer and closer to being Bloodlust with an 18 to 85% run and a 76% run, but it wasn't until June 2017 when KNOBBELBOY made the biggest fail in Geometry Dash history. Bloodlust 98%.
Dude, what the Really?
At this point, everyone knows that KNOBBELBOY made this fail, making this the most viewed video on his channel by a long shot, accumulating over 1 million views. This fail ruined Nob's self-confidence for beating this level. As time passed, you can see that Nob became more and more depressed and angry in his live streams. He even cried in one of his live streams afterwards. Bloodlust was no longer a verification project for KNOBBELBOY, it was a chore. You can see KNOBBELBOY express his hatred for this level on Twitter, where he said that Geometry Dash was a job that he hated more than anything else, and this community saw him as a soulless robot. And we didn't really see much from KNOBBELBOY after that. I mean, he made a layout called Project NepNep, which actually looks pretty cool. I'm super excited for that. And then he also hopped on the Noctafly drama with Riot and his friends. He still worked on God Eater and recently released a preview, mainly because the community was pressuring him. So in order for him to prevent level montages from happening, he released a preview where he showed a bunch of backgrounds that were Terraria and Xenoblade Chronicles inspired. And it was then when this other guy, Krazen, stole Bloodlust and started working on it. His first progress was the entire extension, but he quickly made it to 52%. Krazen was making rapid progress, but this became a huge drama between him and Nob. Krazen's progress got 512 dislikes and started a huge debate throughout the community. Should Krazen take over the project of beating Bloodlust? If you want to know my opinion about this, I think the idea of stealing Bloodlust from Nob was a horrible idea. Most people on Krazen's side said that Nob was just greedy for fame, but I don't really see persevering through a level being greedy for fame. KNOBBELBOY earned his fame and he deserves to keep it. Krazen eventually agreed to stop playing Bloodlust, and Nob apologized for it taking too long and said that he will end it very soon. But on February 20th, 2018, after all of the pain and suffering, KNOBBELBOY finally beat Bloodlust.
Yes!
It took him 18 months and 121,000 attempts, and it became the #1 demon on the demons list immediately. Both the verification video and Nob's channel are growing immensely. KNOBBELBOY currently stands at 80,000 subscribers. So, as we learned, KNOBBELBOY is someone who isn't afraid to undergo super ambitious projects like the Furious and God Eater once it comes out. I know skill is super important when beating levels in Geometry Dash, but perseverance and not giving up is just as important, and KNOBBELBOY persevered through the verification of Bloodlust. I know a while ago C1997 predicted that KNOBBELBOY will become a god, and I completely agree with this. KNOBBELBOY is a super talented creator and he has several projects in the works already, and his potential as a player is already there, so it's highly possible that he may be the next Riot, so I'm really looking forward to what we'll be seeing from KNOBBELBOY next. Anyways guys, that will have to wrap up this video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to leave a like and a comment. I read all comments, and as always guys, this is GD Flaaroni signing out.